The world is a better place, and this is Nexxlegacy's Radio, the Late Night Buzz. I'm Brandon. I am here tonight, and I'm glad all you people out there listening tuned in, not just for a show where we're celebrating the music of Chante Moore. We're definitely promoting, grinding, make sure that everybody that calls in later on tonight is talking about this album like I want to talk about it with so much passion and elegance and everything. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a little bit of R&B divas. But, of course, our focus is definitely going to be on this album. More is More, which is available on iTunes, Amazon. You can go pick it up at your spots. You can also support this young lady by going to iambranded.com. Follow her on Twitter at iamchantemoore. And without further ado, she's always been my superwoman hero on a lot of different levels for a lot of reasons, and I want to welcome Miss Chante Moore. Queen Chante. I think I'm going to start calling you that from now on. Queen Chante is here with me.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here with you through the phone.
Hey, you okay with the whole Queen thing, right? I'm going to just call you that right now, so when I tweet it, you're going to know it's like Queen Chante. We just going to do it like that.
I am absolutely fine with being called a queen. I think that's a great thing.
Okay. All right. Well, because to me, it's just not going to be for one radio night. It's just going to be for multiple days, 365, 24/7, whatever you want to call it, right?
All right. That sounds good to me.
Well, I want to welcome you back, and I want to thank you for taking the time out to hang out with us. And of course, like I said, we're going to talk about R&B divas that comes on Wednesdays, 9 Central. We're going to talk about all that stuff later, but I really want to start just telling you More is More. The album that's out now. Wow, that's really one word. If I could just sum it up, because wow should be it.
Well, thank you very much. I like that.
And the reason why I say that because it's just so diverse. I think out of all the albums that you have done in your career thus far, I think this one kind of grabs me because I know it's coming out of a personal place from you, from what I've read and seen and all that good stuff. But just the flow of the songs, though, Chante, is just incredible. So I just got to hats off to you. Was that part of the plan when you kind of start putting all these songs together that you had and delivering it to us, to the world?
It was. I love music so much that I wanted to make sure, first of all, I came with something that was a little different than what I'm known for initially, because I feel free, I feel new, I feel excited about music right now. I love it that I can just do what I feel, and we did that first. I did stuff that was not as much like me because I think I have such a specific kind of style that people get a little stuck in that. They're like, oh, that's a Chante Moore kind of record, and that's a Chante Moore kind of record, and I get sent this stuff that's really beautiful and floaty. But I don't just want to float and be beautiful. I am aggressive and I'm vivacious and, full of fire. So I wanted music that reflected that as well. And when I do my live shows, I just wanted to have something to draw from. So I went completely to my furthest, well, not my furthest. I think I can go even further than that. But I went as far or less as I felt was good for me. With the other songs first, like Doctor, those, that kind of song to me is different musically. It's what I like to listen to, but it's not usually how I'm singing. So I just had such a good time just embracing the music, just different kinds of songs. I had fun. And then I knew, the slow jams and the love songs, those come very easily, very natural to me.
Right.
Because that's my forte. But so I knew in the end we'd get those kind of songs to round the album out. But, boy, I had fun. I had a lot of fun.
And I could tell because, for a fan like myself and all the listeners out there listening, from what, I've kind of gathered through this whole celebration of your album, More is More is available online, iTunes, Amazon, all that good stuff. And one thing that I took from it too, Chante, was just a simple fact that not only is it diverse, I mean, it kind of takes a person like me to certain places, especially when you hear Doctor. I mean, I mean, that's one of my favorite joints. But I mean, I played "Don't Make Me Laugh" to start the show. That was another favorite. But you have it all as far as the up tempo joints, the ballads, like you said, and you even taking us to church too on these things too, and I just love the diversity, and I think as far as the reception that your fans have taken, what's been the reaction, you know, not just since the album's dropped, but just in general, as far as just how people, not just online, but people that come up to you and be like, oh my gosh, Chante, it's just great. How they feel?
Well, you know what? I love it that, well, people are really listening. I love that part of it. Although, you know, any person who's been a real supporter of my music is always the kind of person that listens to every word, it seems, you know? And I really appreciate about that, about my listeners, and I feel like they really dug into the album, and they didn't just listen to the music and go, oh, that song sounds good because that beat is good, or that sounds or feel good over here. They listen to the words and they tweet them back to me, and I think that's the best part, is that it's touching people's hearts and they're understanding that I'm a real girl, you know. My heart has been broken and it mends, and I'm always pressing forward and becoming a better me if I can, and I think they're on that journey with me. Having R&B Divas LA, I think, is helping, because you can kind of get to know me a little bit better than you would from the surface. In the past, you could only kind of hear, you know, what I was singing in that 45-minute time period, and then now you can watch me for an hour, you know, and that's different for me, and it's different for them, and I think they're enjoying it. I like it that they're getting to know me. I think they're enjoying that as well. So. So far, so good.
Well, real brief before, you know, we get into R&B Divas conversation, but, you know, I kind of knew that, like, the last time I interviewed you, because your personality just kind of tend to shine, and I'm like, that's dope. Chante made me laugh, and not just laugh, like, she made my stomach hurt. Like, that was ill. Like, I thought that was real cool. And to me, I think, too, real quick about R&B Divas, like, a lot of people are seeing your personality, but, you know, a lot of people that kind of follow you, and not just follow you through interviews or whatever, just, you know, you kind of tell, you can just kind of tell when somebody has a nice personality, and not just nice, just, you know, just funny, make you laugh, personality, the whole deal. Like, you know, I'm glad people are starting to see more about that, and also shout out to the, you know, Team Chante and the way y'all handle y'all marketing, because y'all drop y'all album around R&B Divas is stroke of genius. Dope.
But you know what? We didn't plan that. That's what's beautiful about all of it.
Are you serious?
God is in control. No, I mean, I was working on the album for a couple of years. I was going to have an album come out when I got finished with it, you know?
Right.
And it just so happened that R&B Divas came, and we recorded it, and it came out at the same time that R&B Divas was coming out. So it was just God's timing, honestly. It was great. I was glad that I didn't wait until I had R&B Divas and then start recording, because that would have been like trying to play catch-up, you know?
Right.
But right now I feel like my manager is Cheryl Cobb-DeBroche. We were great friends. We've been friends for a very long time. She's been my manager for the last couple of years, and we loved it that we really wanted to have, how do I say it? We want to have more than one thing going on at the same time. And we were planning to just have my life work. You know, this is what I do. I'm a singer. I love to write, and I'm always writing, and I'm always, you know, performing on the weekends, and I'm just so happy that the timing of everything did happen the way it did, but it wasn't like, okay, here's R&B Divas. Okay, let's make sure we have something to make this all going around in a circle. You know, it was already what we had. So, you know, God's timing is perfect. It really is.
God is good. God is good. Not only that, He's in control. He's in control. So it works out perfect. Love it. Chante Moore is our guest on the Late Night Buzz, and you know, a lot of people have been asking me about just a lot of upcoming tours, or, you know, are you going to promote the album go on a More is More tour? It sounds kind of cool, but, you know, hey, that sounds kind of hot.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of hot.
I would love if that happens. I'm looking forward to it. You know, we need a little more album sales happening. And then, yes.
Hey, y'all heard Queen Chante say it. Queen Chante says, go by now. You go by now, she'll come to your spot. She will come to your spot. And tear it down, too. Tear it down. Yeah. Trust me, I know. I've seen Chante Moore perform. Queen Chante perform. So, y'all, I'm telling you people, y'all out there, y'all Trust me. Y'all go support her. Go buy her album. Go hit up these online circuits and go support her. And, you know, she can come to a town near you, right?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes.
No, see, y'all didn't heard it here from the queen first. So there you go. What
about
about
horse's mouth? Wasn't you? You about to horse's mouth?
For
You
sure.
about to call me a horse.
What about the just with the album dropping and just the perception online as far as just marketing and just the hard work that kind of takes with it? Because I know you have the team behind you. And I know you have, you know, all your supporters and your diehards, but, you know, getting this out there to the new generation of people, how has that transition been, just trying to get these young people to get to know you as well, instead of just the established folks too?
You know, I don't know how you do that on purpose. I think it's just getting the word out as much as you can. I can't really say, oh, let me go reach the younger generation. I think, again, R&B Divas is doing its job. You know, being on TV is pretty amazing in the first place. So I think that's helping. I've noticed that people that, you know, I don't know, I used to go to the airport, and it was, you know, not that big a deal to me. Now people are going, oh, my God, there's Chante Moore from R&B Divas. I'm like, I just start laughing. Like,
oh, my God, it's Chante!
That, yeah.
Chante Moore!
Right. So I'm excited that they're excited. That's, I don't know, it's all new. I just love it that I get to enjoy my life. I get to enjoy putting a record out and just, you know, keep living life, because it's all about redeeming this moment, every single moment, one day at a time, one moment at a time. And that's all you get. So you may as well live it to the fullest.
Well, one of the positive things that I've loved out of just the fact that once your album dropped, though, was the fact that there was a lot of people. I mean, you know, there was like 18, 19-year-olds that, you know, social media, they're kind of proud of the fact that, hey, you know what, I'm young, and you know, this is the first Chante Moore album I dropped and bought and supported, and then that made me go back and appreciate some of her music from the past or whatever. So, you know, a lot of people are kind of coming at it like that too, and I think that's a good look, because, you know, they're in for a treat checking out the legacy that is your music. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good deal.
I like that too. I'm always happy when people embrace any song, old or new. There's some people who go, girl, that Love's Taking Over, that's my favorite song, it's going to be my favorite song. Nothing else going to beat it. That's it. That was my first single. I'm going, okay. You don't want to go a little further down the line than that? Okay, fine.
Hey, Queen.
Okay.
Queen Chante, I still have Love's Taking Over. Like, I still got the tape. That's and it's still in my closet and well represented. So you know how way back we go. We go back like tapes, baby. That's
far.
what it is.
That's far. That's far if you've got a tape in your closet.
No, I didn't find it. I know exactly where it is, and it's in good condition. The whole deal, like it's a beautiful thing to go back and look at. You know, just the memories. It's nostalgic though. It's a ill thing. It's a good look. It's a good look. No,
like
but that support. Come on now. You know, it's #1 supporter for a long time with Queen Chante, our guest on the Late Night Buzz, and you know, the support is definitely, you know, I bought one of your CDs, not just for me, bought it for my mama, bought it for my baby mama, bought it for my brother, bought it for my auntie. You know, no joke though, like my daughter's mom, like, you know, I gave that to her as a gift. Like, yo, you need to check this out. This is definitely one of the best albums in 2013, new classic music, and that's the way I tend to want to look at it too. So, you know, hats off once again for a brilliant album. So, you know, a lot of people need to go support it. Go to iTunes, go to Amazon.com, and actually go to iamchantemore.com to just check out everything that she has going on. And you know I got to ask you about R&B Divas, right? So you ready for some of these questions that I have?
I am ready for the questions that you have.
All right, well, let's go then.
Here we go.
Now, we didn't already talked about it, me personally, as far as I love the fact that the world is able to you know, tune in and get the personality of Chante Moore and just to be able to see the interaction from all the other girls as well. And when I first started looking at R&B Divas, I was like, okay, this is an opportunity, the idea as far as the monologue thing and taking personal stuff from, you know, your life and trying to put it paint that picture and do the whole thing as far as put it on canvas and the whole thing. Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always that drama that a lot of people talk about too, that kind of ensues with it or whatever. So how has that experience from watching everything evolve into how it is? How has that experience been for you in general, as far as just everything from watching it yourself?
It's hard. It's hard to watch myself. First of all, I make.
You don't get popcorn. You don't get popcorn and just kick back, with your flip flops on and just kind of check yourself out.
Well, I do watch myself while it's on, but I don't think I eat while it's on. The first time I ate everything while it was on, I had everything in my kitchen. I had everything in my kitchen in front of me, and I was like, that's what I'm going to say I'm eating, and I'm going to tweet about it. And
right.
After that, I just kind of got enthralled because it was so weird watching me talk and listening and being on TV, period. I was just like, this is the weirdest thing ever. It kind of made me appreciate what people go through from day to day on TV. Like, I never knew how intense it would be to watch myself. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but it was weird. Let's just say that. And I'm sweating while you guys watch because I've never seen it either. Stuff we filmed and then we left.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a little strange watching it unfold.
Do you think about the perception that people will take you? I mean, with it being a quote unquote reality show versus all the stuff that a lot of people always talk about when it comes to reality shows in general. Like, do you always worry about the perception as far as what the fan base or what your supporters are going to think of beforehand? Because a lot of people like to judge off everything. So.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That part of it is not new to me. The judgment part, it's always been something that I've had to deal with. Anytime you're in the public eye at all, people are going to have their judgment calls and their opinions about your life. I wasn't so much worried about that with this because you're going to be who you are. People can film you and you can try to portray yourself as one way or another. I believe who you are comes out eventually. You can act mild-tempered, but if you're cray-cray, it's going to come out and you're going to see it. So, I am okay with myself, and I try to be a good person with or without cameras, with or without people watching. So I was pretty secure in it's okay to be myself, and hopefully people like what they saw and see. But I wasn't worried about, okay, if I do this way or if I do that way, they're going to think this or that. I know that people can be judgmental, but I couldn't think about that, especially not while it was going on. If we were doing it live right now, then maybe I'd be worried. Because the reality of it all is kind of sinking in for sure.
Right.
But beforehand, it was just be you, because that's all you can be is yourself. That's really all you can be.
Right.
Yourself.
And a lot of people tend to, they would think, okay, well, you guys are going to look at it before actually it's done. It's, chopped and screwed and the whole deal and put on air. But you guys don't produce it. It's something like you said. You actually watch, with us, and the reaction you get is the reaction you get. And I don't know. I just, it just, with everything that's going on, because to me, I just love the fact that you ladies was actually trying to do something that was literally bigger than yourselves, because you guys put yourselves in a position where you can actually do a lot to inspire and give back to other people. And I thought that was like the dopest thing ever for, you ladies to do. And then it kind of turned with the, with the whole Kelly Price and the Dawn thing and the whole thing that kind of went happen. So, I know there's more shows, so I know you can't tell a whole lot, but I mean, as far as your emotions, I kind of caught you, and I know you still stayed strong, and you were still, well, I'm going to do it regardless. This is something that we started. This is something that we're going to finish. And, I just wanted to get your thoughts as far as how everything that you saw unfolded to the point where it's just now 4 instead of 6.
I was really stunned myself during the taping that things were going the way they were. I wow, I was flabbergasted. I still couldn't get it, and I still don't really get it. I'm watching it, and I still go, really? Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised at the way they handled themselves.
Right.
I really was. I was surprised, and it hurt my feelings. I remember leaving a couple of the tapings, and as much as it was keeping my composure during those scenes where, where Kelly lost, her cool a couple of times, it really did affect me. It really hurt my feelings. After I left there, I was like, that was crazy. That was really crazy. And it would have hurt my feelings. I literally got in the car, and I would cry. I was like, Lord, this really is not what I signed up for. This kind of attack or feelings of uncomfortableness. Is that a word, uncomfortableness? Yeah.
That's a perfect word. That's it.
I was. It was overwhelming. It was really overwhelming for me. And I'm happy that we survived it, even though she and Dawn left. We are happy with what came out of it. And that's the most important thing for me, is that everything did not fall apart because they left the show. I'm really happy and proud of the results that we came up with in the end. And I wasn't trying to steal anything from Kelly or overshadow anybody. What they can't show you is every scene. What they can't show you is things that happen off screen. And if this was all a promotional stunt, it's news to me, because if people were going to be kind or mean on screen, I figure you'd be your same self off screen. And who I saw on screen was who I saw off screen as well. So I just have to say, nothing was editing. It really was what you saw. I know they're being quite clear about blaming editing and the producers and things like that. But honestly, what you see is what happened.
Yeah, you can't put a spin on your personality. If you sour, you sour. I mean, that's just how it looks, right? I mean,
and sometimes it's hard. It's hard to be under the scrutiny, and maybe it was too much. I don't know. I really don't understand all of it, but I do know that your integrity should shine through. Who you are should shine through, and no, every second can't be portrayed as what we would want ourselves to be. But you have control over what comes out of your mouth, and that is what you're responsible for. That's everything that I said or didn't say. It can only be put on film or not put on film.
Right.
So if I didn't say it, it can't be there, and if I said it, there it is.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for the rest of us to kind of see how the rest of it unfolds and the reunion shows and stuff like that. And again, R&B Divas is on Wednesday, 9 Central on the Central Standard Time, of course, 10 o'clock on the West Coast. The Late Night Buzz with Queen Chante Moore is here. And, a couple quick questions before I let you go is, with R&B Divas, you had, exposed a lot as far as on a personal level. Me, as a media guy, I just want to know, everything is good, and as long as you're happy, I'm happy. All the extra stuff that, that goes on, I know stuff is out there, but, I don't really care about all that. All I know is, as long as you're good, as long as the kids are good, that's really all that matters to me. So, I always like to throw it out there.
They're very healthy, and they're very happy, and that's the most important thing. And honestly, I would have never mentioned anything about Mr. Lattimore at all, actually, had he not filed papers that were public, and it wasn't like I pulled something out of the secret and said something. Papers were filed. So that was why I mentioned it in the first place. And it wasn't meant to, have a dig or, something mean to say about him, because whatever I say about him, it brings my children in,
Absolutely.
So I have to watch what is said. But I did want to they wanted, that was what was happening. I was in tears before the scene, so it was what it was.
Right.
My feelings and emotions were in that moment, and that's what was happening at that second. So that was why we talked about it. But everything is fine, and, my son will be with me every other week or whatever it is that we decided, but everything is fine, and it's all settled, and it's all good. No hard feelings about anything.
Well, Queen Chante, can Can I tell you too, Queen, that as a guy that went through divorce 8 years ago, and have a almost 11-year-old daughter as well, like just kind of knowing just some of the ins and outs of courts and paperwork and compromise and divorce and the whole deal, like that really kind of brought a lot of stuff home to me, and it makes me appreciate knowing that, hey, you know what, not a lot of, I don't just go through this stuff myself. There's a lot of people that go through the same kind of stuff. And at the same time, like you, I mean, there would never be a sour moment where I would drag my ex in the mud. It's really about just making sure that you do right by your child. And if that other person is happy, that makes my child happy, and I'm going to be happy knowing that all that stuff is going on too, and that's really the only thing that matters.
Absolutely.
So, but I do commend you for being brave, because a lot of people always like to keep stuff private, and I definitely appreciate the fact that you actually, do put some of that stuff out there. And one quick question that I have is I know you didn't say it through millions of interviews, especially recently, I guess, but the whole "why would you marry yourself" thing, to me, I thought that was really eye-opening, because I used to ask myself that question. I used to be like, hey, would I marry myself? If I was not me, would I marry me? And how did you come at that whole situation like that? Like, did you just kind of have a revelation one time and just kind of ask yourself that question too?
Well, it was a journey. I was going through dealing with my own emotions and actually thinking about my own my own list of good and bad things about myself, or the positive and negative things about myself. I really was going through that and dealing with, okay, don't worry about anybody else, because that's really what the whole thing is about. It's not looking at other people and seeking out whether or not if they change this, then I'll be happy. And if they change that about that, then I'll be happier. And then if that happens, then if they fix this, then that'll make me happy. It's really, really, really about you, whether or not you are in a good place, whether or not you are all that you should be. And if you stood from the outside, you being like another person outside of yourself, would you marry yourself? And that's where it came from, was, will I marry me? If I saw the list, would I marry myself? Would I be okay with the list of what's good and bad about me? So that's really what it was about, and that's how it came about, is just me examining myself in the middle of, looking at Kenny at the time, and going, well, if he, and if I, and it's like, no. The Lord was like, you worry about you. Don't look at anybody else. When you're dealing with these kind of situations, you have to self-examine. 1 second, I know it's crazy, but I got to say good night to my son.
No problem.
Mwah.
No problem.
I love you. Good night. Good night. I know. I love you. All right.
Super Mom.
Good night. I'm trying.
Y'all listening to Super Mom / Queen Chante Moore live on the Late Night Buzz, and it don't get no better than that, y'all. I'm telling you, it don't. Oh, actually, you know what? You can put a cherry on top too by actually going to iTunes and Amazon right now and going to go get More Is More, which is available now. I'm telling you, it's the best. It's the best album that you will ever pick up in 2013, 2014. 2015, 2016. I'm just saying.
Later.
hey, and by the way, she's not paying me for this. This is just how I feel. So, hey, just FYI, people, FYI. But no, I got to tell you, like, to me, I just thank you for that, for putting it out there, because I would always think about, that question, why would I marry myself? Because one day I would love to get married again, and a lot of times you got to ask that question. I need to make sure I love myself, but also I got to acknowledge my flaws and et cetera, in order for me to be the best kind of man, father, and soon-to-be husband I can be, right?
And some women are like, I need a man. He needs to be 6 figures. He had 6 figures. He needs to do this, and that. And they can't even boil eggs, and make a chicken salad. So we have to, we always want this man to come and rescue us, but are we really prepared to be a wife? We got curlers in our hair in the mornings. My mom used to say, look here, you need to look the part. Don't just act like you somebody's woman and, I'm just so fabulous. He should want to find me. No. You got to be something that's worthy of finding, a jewel that's worthy of finding.
There you go. not gonna dive too much into what does Chante look for in a mate, but aside from just having that spiritual connection with his higher power and his inner confidence, just throw a couple of things out there that would make you take notice of someone.
Well, nothing wrong with tall, dark, and handsome.
Okay.
First of all.
Right.
And make me laugh. You know what? Let's have a good time. Let's be friends first. I'm not looking for a dude that's gonna just come up and be like, so baby, hey, really, I was one of them, I was one. I don't rap me. Don't even come thinking you're gonna surprise me with anything said or done that's new, because it's probably not gonna be new to me. But what captures my attention is a good smile, really, really nice smile, good teeth, brush your teeth. Shoulders.
Amen.
Amen. And good skin, just taking good care of yourself. I like a well-groomed man, but not so well-groomed that I'm going, I need to, check the mirror and make sure I'm good enough for you.
Like that dude for the mirror, like, hey, give me that mirror. That was mine. I was here first.
Yeah, don't battle me for the mirror. But I like a man that smells good. I like a man that makes me laugh and we can have fun no matter where we go. I like watching movies. I like being physically active. So be in good shape. Don't be old and decrepit and don't want to go nowhere. And then don't be so busy that you got to go everywhere. I don't want to do this always trying to go, it's opening, it's going to open, it's the premiere, it's over there, let's go. No, just sit down somewhere and relax. So I don't even know. I'm so open right now. I really am free, open, and looking forward to just dating. Just date me to death right now. You know what? Don't try to marry me. Don't even think about marrying me right now.
Yeah.
I just want to go on a date and then drop me home and you go home to your house.
Right, and embrace that and appreciate that, and just let it soak in and let it be what it is.
Yep.
I could dig that though. To me, I think that's fair. I mean, anytime somebody's looking for like instant, like, okay, well, hey, I'm dating Chante Moore. Marriage, no, you gotta. To me, I always feel like you gotta.
I am the kind. I'm a good kid, but don't do that right now.
Hey, for real, no, you're so right, because to me, I always feel like, anything that you earn, friendship, relationship, taking it to whatever level you can take it to, something that, you got to earn. You got to earn that.
Yep.
Got to earn
that's
that.
Very true.
All right. Y'all can find this young lady on Twitter, which she's very active, and I'm following her, and I will follow her wherever she goes. So, I am Chante Moore. She's very, very active on there. She tweets, retweets, all that good stuff. But telling y'all this now, go and pick up More is More. Available where? iTunes, Amazon, your local spots. Like I said, if I can buy 5 for all my peoples, y'all can go do the same. So it's important for y'all to support this young lady. And I just how I feel about you, Chante. So, it means a lot to me to be able to have dialogue with you because of who you are, because of the talent that you have given us, and because you are my queen.
You're way too nice to me. Thank you.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? Why would I mistreat a queen? Come on now.
That's true, but people have. But I appreciate you being so kind to me and embracing my music and who I am. It really makes a difference, and I don't take it lightly, the tweets that people send and the kind words that they say all the time. I take it so to heart. I know one young lady asked me something about, we don't really care. Chante doesn't care whether or not you have said something or not on the tweet. And I was like, wow, that's really not true. It matters. It hurts when they say mean stuff, and it makes you feel good when people say stuff nice. So trust and believe, when you're kind, it makes a difference to me, and I'm sure it makes a difference to all of us who are listening and tweeting back and forth with you guys. And it really is an honor for anybody to get as excited about my music as they are, because I know it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that at all. People could just not care.
Hey, I feel like it's my album. We celebrating. We celebrating that too. Like, if it's a win for you, it's a win for me. And I, like I said, I mean, you've known me from the conversations we had before. It's just I look at I look at what you do as a God-given talent, and what you share with us is, more than enough. So for you to continue doing what you're doing still after all this time is a blessing. So, I'm definitely going to go support it and treat it like it's my album. So that's how I get down.
Thank you. Well,
and that's why we're going and that's how we're going to do it for the rest of the night tonight. And before I let you go, once again, we're going to roll out the red carpet for you always. So anytime you want to come back and just get all these people from overseas in the States to tune in and hear your voice, you are more than welcome. And please, 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 Queen Chante, come back to the Bay again, because we miss you.
I will.
We miss you.
Thank you so much.
It's been a minute.
No, I was there not long ago. Actually, you're in trouble now.
I was there too. It wasn't too long. It was during the spring, summer, right?
I was just there recently at Yoshi's,
right,
San Francisco. Yeah.
Yep.
But we'll be back up there. I think something soon. Yes, I'll make sure I tweet. I will tweet where I'm at.
We need you back. We need you back. We need you back. I need to definitely see you again, because it's been a minute, and I definitely need to shake your hand, give you a hug or something like that when I do touch down that way. And we definitely I don't know, I'm proud of you. And I just hope the callers, when they call in later, and the people out there when they listen to this music, I'm gonna mix in a couple of new ones, but I'm going to direct a lot of traffic to iTunes and Amazon tonight as we celebrate Chante Moore's album release. More is available now. Y'all can go to pick it up. Queen Chante, it's been a pleasure, sweetheart. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Do not be a stranger. As I call a doctor.